What's happening, YouTube, man? It's your boy Dre, and I'm back. I'm gonna fix that right quick. Hold on. With another video, man. I had to fix that focus. My fault, not the focus. Had to let the focus up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Fix that right quick because it was a little blurry. But anyways, man, we back with another banger, man, for y'all today, man. So I ain't been working on the Vette in a minute, man, but I literally got everything on it mostly done so far, up and running and drivable so far, so I can actually run and drive. I just got a couple more small things I gotta do to it here and there to get it tweaked up here and there. But my main concern now, since I got everything really on the road for it now, I got it good. And honestly, another good thing I'm happy about, I'm gonna show you a little sneak peek. I got my full exhaust, so this is my full exhaust for it. It's a 3-inch exhaust. I got an exhaust for it, so all I gotta do is get that put on. So I'm really excited about that. I'm probably get that done probably next month or so. Not too big in a rush of that right now. I'm just worried about this paint job. So today what we're gonna be doing right now is we actually gonna be just focusing on getting this car ready and prep for paint. So I'm actually be doing the body work myself because I got a little bit of experience with body work and like doing sanding and stuff like that, doing like little small bondo work, fixing fiberglass, getting dents out, stuff like that, covering up small cracks or anything like that that's in the paint right now. Because this paint job definitely got a lot of imperfections on it right now as I see it. So I got a little bit of things laid out what I'm gonna need for this project, whatever I got going on, because I'm painting the whole entire car myself in this garage right here. I mean, I did everything else in the car, so why not? I want to go ahead and paint it myself as well, so I kind of feel like it's gonna turn out pretty good. But this is the products I got so far. I'm gonna need more than this, not too much more, but and then most of the stuff you can get from any hardware store or any Walmart or anything like that. But I got this from Harbor Freight. It's just a little simple hand sander, and I got these two grits. I got an 80 grit to start off with, and I got a 120 grit. Oh, let me focus it. There you go. And a 120 grit. I'm gonna need something a little bit lighter, probably 200, 400. Maybe 800 grit as well, just to get some of this for the smoothing surface out and stuff like that. These are just to start it off with, if I even need an 80 grit. But these are the drop cloths whenever I needed to put it around the car or whatever, tape off certain areas or on the floor or anything, so they get any overspray or anything I like on any spots I don't need. These are like cloth-like rags. They're like really good for like cleaning the car up, like heat wiping the areas down, because whenever you're painting something or doing body work, you're gonna make sure the car is clean. All the surfaces are clean because you don't want any dirt, chips, or any contaminants getting under this paint as you're about to get ready to paint it, because it will show whenever you paint the car. Just some regular gloves. These are some sponges, sanding sponges. I got these from Dollar Tree. They was only $1, so that was real cheap. All these came from Dollar Tree as well. These is some masking tape. You're gonna need some masking tape as well. Masking tape is to mask off the areas, like these little edges and stuff. Whenever you get ready to tape and mask off the windows and stuff. Some more little sandpaper I got from Dollar Tree. This is some cheap little sandpaper or whatever, just to see how it works. If it don't work good, I got some good sandpaper I got right here. It starts off with a 180, 220, 320. There's just a couple of these. And then I got a couple of my spatulas, what I need for to spread the Bondo. If I ever need to spread some, if I need some, which I think I might. But I got the Bondo glass for fiberglass. This is fiberglass filler because the car is made of fiberglass. And this is right here. And it also has the hardener in the top of it in the can. And the last thing I have is a duster. And basically this is a can of air. So anytime I get something on the car and I don't want to wipe it or something like that, or something get on there, I can just spray the air can, to dust the car off or get any dust or any other contaminants out of the way without wiping it or smudging anything. I can use that air gun, the duster, spray it with air and get it off there, blow it off. But my main concern with me actually working on today, because you can see I got a lot of blemishes like this, and the door gonna have to get fixed with a little bit of Bondo. Some small little cracks here and there, like as you can see, it's like all throughout the car, like I'm gonna be going through. But it's not nothing too crazy besides the hood. Like as you can see, it'll be small things like this, here, that, there. It's just small little blemishes that won't take me how long to fix. But my main concern, what I'm really working on today, is what I'm gonna start on, is the hood. This, as you said, I'm gonna go over a little times. I'm gonna clean it again too as well. But it's this what's bothering me right here in this area. So I'm actually want to sand this down, figure out what's wrong, what happened here, because all this stuff is literally just peeling, like it's flaking off. I don't even know what this is. Like it's flaking. It looked like they had tried to do some Bondo work on it and then laid the paint over there, and it's like the paint not sticking well, or it's not laying down good, because this is not fiberglass. Whatever this is right here, it's literally something else. So, and it's literally peeling. So whoever did the body work on this car before, I don't know who did it or whatever, who had it before, but it's the paint or whatever on here was not applied correctly, because it's literally bubbling up and it's peeling all throughout the hood. But it's only on this area as if something happened or a collision happened here. But I can't tell for sure until I start sanding it down actually getting down to the parts where I can actually see where it is, because this is fiberglass here. But the stuff that's on top of it, I have no idea if it's actually like paint or what did they put there, if it's Bondo or what this thick stuff is. But and I feel like it's kind of some like a hole somewhere in here, so I'm gonna sand all this down. Hopefully it's not, but I'm gonna sand all this stuff down, get it to where it's a smooth surface, because my main project that is working on the hood. Gotta move this pallet jack out of the way, of course, but my main focus is working on this hood today, getting this hood all sanded down. Once I get this front end done and all patched up and everything like that, and figure out where my blemishes is, then I move on to the sides, this side most likely. Then I work on myself around the back. Then I'll go around to the other side and then work on that side of the hood. So I'm gonna just start my way around, working my way around the car. Just starting on the left passenger side first and just working my way all the way around. So I'm gonna start on this side. I'm gonna probably set the camera up somewhere. Clean this hood off one more time. Spray it down, clean it off, get some prep cleaner, get some alcohol, wipe it down, make sure it's really clean. Let it dry. Then after that, I'm actually gonna get me some sandpaper and start sanding this whole thing down and just see what we can find, if any other damages are actually in here hidden, to see why it's actually flaking like this and see what we can do from there. And yeah, so let's see how this goes. All right, so now I got my sander. It's actually pretty smooth too. I might actually be using this a lot, but it actually came with 3 pieces of sandpaper. One was an 80 grit, one was a 120, and the last one was a 220. So I'm probably gonna save the 120 and 220, just because I don't have those two. Well, I don't have 220, so I'm gonna just save that one. But I'm gonna use this 80 grit because I got the pack of 80 grit on the table right there. I'm gonna use the one it came with just to see how it turns out on the car. But so far, as you can see right here, these parts are actually sanding out pretty good. Right here I did a door, but it's the clear coat. Once I get through that clear coat a little bit more, I should be good to go. But I'm trying to get through this clear coat that's on the side right here, because some of the cars still got clear coat mostly throughout the whole car. So once I get that clear coat off, get down to a real smooth surface where I don't feel anything in between here, like I don't feel those little ridges anymore, get it smoothed out, and make sure I keep my body lines as well, because this is a whole body line right here and my body lines right here, and make sure you don't want to mess up any body lines. So if you do, you can get a piece of tape, just to put a piece of tape around your body lines, just so you don't really mess up your body lines. But I'm not gonna go too much on these body lines. I'm just gonna get this top part, my main focus, and then this side. I'm not gonna be too much of doing this part on this side. I'm gonna use a hand sander for that to get all that stuff off with. But yeah, make sure you keep a cloth with you too. I got to get my cloth out that car right quick, but keep my hands clean. But I'm about to move forward with this, and let's see how it works. All right, so let me show you. This is what the duster is used for too. Like I told you, to get all that stuff off. Get all that stuff off. Well, I got most of this part done now. So when I was sanding it down, I wanted just to see what was here, and I actually made sure I got everything smooth. I had a couple of high lows, like this is still a little low right here. It's a little low right here, so I got to even that out a little bit. But so far, most of it feels pretty flush. And when I was actually sanding this to get it back flat again, I guess the paint chip. I can't really tell what happened here or not, because I didn't find no holes. There wasn't any cracks behind it or anything. So I'm guessing it's probably deeper, or I don't know. It's probably was something. I don't know what happened here, but I know it's a very deep spot right here in this area. So it goes like here, then it goes like dip, and then it goes down. So for here, I'm not gonna keep flattening this out, because then I'm gonna have uneven like body lines, uneven body. My fault. Uneven body. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna just smooth this side out, smooth these little ridges out, smooth everything else out, get most of this clear coat off, and work from there. And also up here as well, like it's little small cracks as you can see from here. From the paint, I guess, was cracking, but most of it done got smoothed out because when I went over it with the sander, it all just happened to smooth out. And I didn't do this side yet. I went over it a little bit, but I didn't go over it as much. But I'm going to hit this side up a lot as well and work on it and then see what I can put that filler on, because I got that fiberglass filler, so I can fill in this area right here, smooth it out the way I needed to smooth it out to, sand it back down, primer this area. And yeah, be straight with that, and then move on to any other areas that need to be fixed with body filler, fiberglass fluid filler, or whatever else that we need to do. So right now, this is the main focus, is the hood, like I said. So far, it's turning out really smooth. It's not as bad as I honestly thought. It's really not, and it's actually went by faster than I thought to actually get down to this part. And I still got the same 80 grit on here from that came out of the package. I haven't used any ones in my package yet. Because I'm trying to preserve as much sandpaper as possible, because sandpaper is getting expensive nowadays. But so what I'm gonna do now is I'm actually taking this headlight out too, so I'm not really too much worried about this right now. I can still sand it, but I can actually pop this whole headlight cover out and sand that and paint it by itself separately without it being on the hood. But now I'm going to just go through. I'm gonna try to put some tape over these lines so I don't really mess up the body lines like throughout here as well. I'm gonna try to put like a piece of tape on this when I'm going through, so I don't really mess up that body line, as you can see how I look going on with the car. But so far, man, we looking straight so far. Like, this part came out really much better, way better than I thought. So all I gotta do is get a little bit of Bondo, fill it in this low spot like right here, sand it all down, let me get it back even, and let's keep moving forward, guys. Alright, so now actually let me see if I can focus it. There we go. So now actually it came out way better than I thought. Honestly, as you can see, like it's way smoother. I got a little bit of little indentures and stuff like that, but it's no cracks, no real holes in it. Besides, this is the only big damage I really can see that I'm gonna have to put a little bit of filler on. A little bit more than I usually want to fill in this little spot. But everything else came out really smooth. There's no holes, no really super big damages on the areas that was on the hood right here. So I mean, that's really good. And this is my main concern. So once I found that out, honestly, like I could just keep moving forward. So what I'm about to do is finish getting this all smooth, get this to a flat surface. I don't want any dips or anything like that. Like this part right here, I'm a hand sanded. I don't want to use the sander anymore. I'm a hand sanding the rest of this stuff, because using that sander would probably cut too much more than I want. So I'm going to get me some sandpaper, use it with hand, and just start sanding this stuff down, like especially with the edges and stuff here, so that way I can actually have my hand in the cuff mode and stuff like that. And then when you're sanding, let me show you, matter of fact, let me get a piece of paper. I got one. When you try to sand, make sure if you can, use the palm of your hand or something like that, because if you use your fingers and just go like this, you will have those lines from your finger from going into the paint. So when you try to do it, honestly, I fold mine like in half like this, and I'll put it in between my hand, and I'll just put it like this with my hands like this. It'll be kind of using like my palm a little bit just to sand, so that way I won't hit the streaks. So when I get over here, I just boom, get like that, switch it up like that, you know, just so I can get a good little flat surface right here on the areas I want to get to. Go different ways with it. And then same as well for down here. Since I want to smooth this out, I'm going to hand sand it. Go up this way, side this way. And then, yeah. But I'm going to keep doing this, and I'm going to catch you guys when I get done sanding it down. Now I got everything sanded down. It came out really good, actually. Like, stuff was pretty smooth. I got to get through here just a little bit more in this area to get that more smooth. But I got the front smoothing out. I wiped it down one more time after I sanded everything just to get a better look at it, a better feel. And everything is actually lining up pretty good besides this little ridge like I told you about. But I'm going to just get that with some filler, and I'm going to try to make it a little bit more smooth. I hand sanded it as well, but it's just like a ridge right here for some reason. I'm going to try to get it out again with the hand sand, but everything else is pretty much smooth. All this is really smooth, like good to go. Like, all I gotta do is get me some filler, fill in this area right here as it dips like I told you, and then any other area I need to fill in to make this go straight as possible, and the rest of the body lines in here. So let me get my filler, clean this area one more time, start filling this in. And then after that, I'm gonna let it sit and dry. I'm gonna come back over it and sand that filler down to where I don't have any more lows or any more hot spots. So we should be good. So I'm gonna go over this front part one more time with some body filler. My fault, with a hand sander, and hit it up with some body filler after I clean it off. All right, so now I'm about to take my filler and apply it to this. This is basically nothing but some cardboard with some tape around it, honestly, because I don't got my my board yet, my filler board. So I'm just gonna use this for now. As long as you have something with a flat and a clean surface, something that won't nothing stick to or anything like that doesn't have a kind of a tacky background. You wanna make sure your background is smooth as possible. And I'm gonna take a little bit of this. Mine's already mixed up a little bit. So this is my, like I told you before, my Bondo glass filler for fiberglass. I'm gonna take a little bit, scoop some on here. I don't need a lot. Well, matter of fact, let me actually get something I can scoop it with in 1 second. All right, so now I got my filler. I'm gonna take a little bit of it. This is just a spoon. I'm gonna put it on this palette. I'm gonna get me a little bit of hardener as well. Let me fill this in right quick. Give me 1 minute. I should have got something better than a spoon because I feel like I'm wasting it now at this point. I don't really need a lot because the areas I'm filling in isn't too big. So I'm just gonna take a little bit like that. Just for now. And as you can see, I done made a mess already. So let's sit that right there. I'm gonna seal my cap back on for now. I'm gonna actually sit this right here. And with this, since I got this amount, you know you always wanna make sure you get just a little dab of hardener. So I'm gonna probably do that much, because I really don't need that much. And it's pretty warm outside right now, pretty hot in the garage. So I only use about that much of hardener. Honestly, I'll probably do a little bit more, but I really do not need a lot of hardener whatsoever. Just a little dab more. We'll work with this. So now what you want to do is, when you're doing this as well, make sure you're taking this and actually flipping it. Don't steer it, more like flipping it and keeping it all together. Because if you get any air bubbles in this whatsoever, you're gonna have air bubbles in your paint. So make sure you take it and just keep flipping it. That's how you're gonna mix it in. And once you see your hardener and everything already in there, just keep taking it and just keep on flipping it. That's how you're gonna mix it in. And I'm about to move on over to this car in a little bit. Once I get all this stuff mixed in like this, I'm about to apply it to the paint. To the body of the car, where the area is at, where it's low, to where it needs to be filled in. And we should be good to go. And I got a metal scraper as well. I got a plastic one too, but I have to go find it because I honestly don't know where I put that thing at. But I'm pretty sure it's somewhere. But yeah, that's all you do. Take it. You don't want to get no air bubbles in here. So just keep going that pattern if you can. Now, I'm gonna move on over to the car. So now I'm about to take a little bit of this and actually apply it to this area. And when you're doing this, it's the same thing as well as doing the sanding. You don't want to just go in one direction. You want to make sure it's smooth. And you're going both directions, sideways and down. Which that's like a good bit right there, honestly. The sides from the bottom. And if you have any extra just hanging off, don't worry about that too much. You can always clean that up. But for now, I think that'll be straight for this panel. I'm gonna sit here and let this side dry. I'm gonna add some more to this one. And then we'll see how this goes. I don't really need a lot for this little small panel. Okay, so I'm done with those two. Now I can move on to the big area where it's actually messed up at. And just start applying some more right here. Also put a little bit on this area right here as well. Boom. Gonna let that dry and I'll get back to y'all. Alright, so everything is really turning out much better than I really thought and anticipated, because it's my first time actually really doing some real body work. I did them before on other cars, but I also had help with it. But now that I'm actually doing it by myself on my own car, I'm actually learning a lot. But as you can see right here, these little areas where it's like bubbly at, like here are all low spots right here. But other than that, everything else is like really smooth. So what I'm about to do is get some more of that filler. I'll go over this edge one more time with some filler, just to fill in these small spots. Because if you don't fill in these areas, let me see if I can focus it. If you don't fill in any of these little areas right here, they will show up like it's holes or something, like little dimples, or what people call them. I forgot the name of it, but it'll be like small little dots that's in your paint that you can see all this once you get it painted. So I'm going to eliminate as much as that is possible. And for this side as well, you can see you got a little bit here, there, and on this side is a little bit high, so I actually got to sand this down a little bit more to get it even. But I'm going to apply some more because I didn't put a lot on as well. I just put a little bit on just to see how it apply, see how it actually sand it down, and it sand it down really good, really smooth. So I'm actually going to apply one more coat over this side as well as this one. And then right here as well. And I also got to add more right here because I didn't even put it on the last line. I just wanted to sand it down to see how this came out first before I apply it on that one too. So it turned out really good. So if I don't have enough time to finish this video today, we're going to hop back on this car again tomorrow to finish the rest of the hood up. But for today, man, I believe this is going to be it for today, man, because I got to go somewhere. It's getting really late. Well, over here it is. It's about to be about 6 o'clock. So I got other things I got to do. So I'm going to put this to a pause. This is going to be part 1 of me working on the Corvette, actually getting it sanded and prepped for a paint job and everything like that. And actually part 1 is going pretty smooth so far. So once I get this hood all sanded down and repaired and fixed up how I want it to, I can work on the side panels, the doors, and work my way all the way around the car. I actually want to see if I can take this front bumper off as well, and some other panels to make it easier for me to sand it and actually get to paint it. So yeah, and as you know, I'm taking these off as well. The side trims can come off, the head, the side mirrors, the door hinges and stuff like that can come off. And I'm taping off everything else, like as the window, probably the side marker lights, everything else getting taped off and ready for painting. But as for today, man, I hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe. I may do this off camera or on camera, but I'm going to fill this in by the night, hopefully. That way tomorrow, come back, all this will be done, and I can move on to the next part. But if you guys want to see that, I might just record it anyways. But until then, man, I hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one.